Well, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is where you may be at. I hope you're having a good time. Here it is, Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm going to throw this out there. I know a lot of pundits are making their picks. If you watched my video from yesterday or the first, you would have heard that I think I want the Eagles to win. I think they've got a good shot of doing it. But before we kind of get started with this, let's clarify some things. Here's one of the teams I root for. Yep, the Carolina Panthers. They made it to the playoffs, got beat by New Orleans. The Titans, another team I root for. They went to Kansas City, pulled off a great comeback victory there, lost to New England, and, as over my shoulder, yes, the Browns. The Browns had an abysmal season, to put it bluntly, but I am a diehard Browns fan. I will be a Browns fan forever unless they make something really... I can't even say that. I'd say if they made a stupid move in the draft, but they've done that before, and I've still hung around with them. So those are the three teams that I root for, so I really don't have a dog in this fight between Philadelphia and New England. But here it kind of... I'm going to break it down a little bit, tell you why I think the way I do. Tom Brady's a phenomenal quarterback. You can't take anything away from him. I watch the playoff games, and Nick Foles is not a Blake Bortles, and I think that may cause some problems for New England. So looking at it purely from the number standpoint, and that's kind of the way I always kind of analyze things. New England has, and I've got my little notes down here, but New England has the number one offense. They average 394 yards a game. They have the number 10 run offense at 118 yards a game, number 2 pass offense at 276. Philadelphia's defense is number 4. They average giving up about 306 yards a game. They have the number 1 run defense at 79 yards per game, and the number 17 pass defense at number 227 yards. Philly's offense is the number 7 offense, averaging 366 yards a game. They have the number 3 run offense at 132 yards a game, and the number 13 pass offense at 233 yards a game. This is where I think the issue is going to come in, because New England has the 29th ranked defense in the league. This is regular season. I didn't look really at the postseason because that gets kind of skewed based off the number of games they play and stuff. But everybody plays a 16-game season. They average giving up 366 yards a game, which, as you remember, if you kind of heard before, Philadelphia averages 366 yards a game. They are number 20 against the rush, giving up 115 yards a game. And they are 30th against the pass, giving up 251 yards a game. That, my friends, is going to be the difference. You've got the offense and defense of Philadelphia are pretty evenly matched. The offense of Philadelphia and the defense of New England, that's where you're going to see the issue at. It's all going to basically boil down to those guys on the front of the Philadelphia defensive line. You're not going to be able to rattle Tom Brady. He's been there too long. He could write the book on how to do this kind of stuff. You're not going to throw him off his game. You can pressure him. You can get him moving around the pocket, which he doesn't like to do anymore. He was never a great scrambler anyway. If you had watched him when he played at the University of Michigan, scrambling's not his forte, and if you watch him, he's uncomfortable when he runs with the ball. But moving around in the pocket, rolling from side to side, getting into an open throwing lane, he's comfortable doing that. What this is going to boil down to, though, is can you knock that offense, that passing game, off of its rhythm and keep them off of their rhythm. You can't do it for half a game. You can't do it for 3 quarters like Atlanta did last year. You have to do it for the whole game. That means you're putting press coverage on those receivers. You're bumping them as soon as they leave the line of scrimmage. You're in their hip pockets. You're not going to be able to put linebackers on Gronkowski. He's too good of a tight end. He's too big. So if you try to leave one of the linebackers covering him, he's going to just blow past him like he's done all season. You're going to have a safety come up and provide some help there. The only way that's going to work, though, is if you bump those receivers coming off the line of scrimmage. If you let those receivers, if you let Amendola, those other receivers, get a step on you, Amendola's not a speedster. He's a possession guy. But if you let him get in that rhythm, making those slant routes, Tom Brady's going to pick you apart. And we've seen him do it for, 10 years, 12 years? He's been in the league now. So he knows how to do that. It's going to come down to what can that defensive backfield do for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think it's going to be a closer game than most people give credit to, but I think that defense of Philadelphia is going to be the difference. if they can keep the Patriots from sustaining any kind of rhythm they get into. I think you're going to see some touchdowns scored. I think it's going to be an exciting game. I'm looking forward to it. If you watch my other broadcast the other day, Woody Williams is going to be doing the coin flip, so I'm excited for that. He's a World War II veteran, Medal of Honor recipient. I had the honor of meeting the guy, so I think that's really kind of cool. But what it's going to boil down to, one more time, is Tom Brady. I don't think New England is going to be able to run against Philadelphia. I think those nose tackles are going to stuff the middle up. The ends are going to have to keep contain on those guys breaking it to the outside. I don't think you're going to see that much. It's going to be the passing game of New England against the defensive backs of Philadelphia, and I think they'll do just enough to be able to pull this out. So here it is, my final prediction. Super Bowl's in 2.5 hours. So maybe I'm cutting this a little bit close, but who cares? At least it'll be out there. Here's my prediction. Philadelphia Eagles are going to pull out what I consider the upset. All the pundits are kind of giving this to New England before they even get out there. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm calling it at either I'm going to say 31-24. Philadelphia is going to win the game 31-24. And it's going to be, once again, you're going to see Tom Brady try to do his thing. Tom Terrific come back, but I think it's going to fall short. I think Philadelphia is going to hold on for the victory, take the Super Bowl trophy back to Philadelphia with them. So there we have it. That's my prediction on Super Bowl 52. Playing in a dome. Yeah, the weather's awful up there in Minnesota right now, but they are playing in a dome, and I don't think it would matter. You got two outdoor teams here. Both Philadelphia and New England play outside. I think the dome is actually you're going to see them really settle down and get into the comforts of the game, so to speak. But 31-24, New England's not going to pull this one out. They're going to fall short on their comeback. Folks, there we go. That's my prediction. That's my hope. Next year, the Browns are going to be in it. Here, you heard it here first. And yeah, that's going to happen. They are going to make it to the Super Bowl one day. One of, I think, 3 teams that's not made it to the Super Bowl. The Browns are going to make it someday. But anyway, there it is. That's my prediction. That's my call. Folks, have a great time. If you get to watch the game, enjoy it no matter who you're rooting for. It's a wonderful spectacle. I've never missed a Super Bowl in my life. And no matter how it goes, I hope I can see you back again. If you like what we're doing with this, go ahead and like down there, hit a subscribe so you know when I'm kind of doing stuff on this. I'm going to be more regular with this. But either way it goes, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later.